Welcome to the RBL Final 2024, Match 8. Here are the results of the previous matches. The overall score is now 8-6 for Geert. The overall PRs, Marc is leading 3.81 versus 4.04. So by the looks of it, it all promises to be an exciting conclusion of this thrilling battle. My name is Rain, I'm from the Netherlands. And here we go, through my logo, into the action. Geert is getting his coffee. And here we see the beautiful and prestigious RBL trophy. Yeah, players are getting ready. I'll be doing the running XD for you. And next to me sits Michel Lamote, who'll be doing the commentary.
Hey, thank you Rain for this introduction, for the overview of the situation. Let's see what match 8 brings us. 6-2 for Marc. Geert replies 6-3. Typically you split here with the 3 because you have a spare on the 8. No need to bring a checker down from the mid. Marc rolls double 2, which is a good roll, making the 4 and the 11, I would say. Much better than hitting loose on the 18. Geert 1-6. Makes the bar. Four 3 is a great roll, making the golden anchor, and now a clear advantage to Marc. Geert splits, he could go all the way to the 18 point, maybe, or split or play 13-8. Both plays are close. We can see that Rain is about to plus the moves, and going to the 18 is better. In the variations where you get missed, you have a great opportunity to equalize the game by anchoring on the 18 point. Geert decides against it, goes for the other option, 4-3. You cannot make an extra point anywhere, so playing 13-6 looks a calm waiting move. It's correct. Geert wants to look at starting to escape. 4-5. You can run the back checker, you can double slot in board, but it leaves an awkward structure in front. I think you are 4 pips up after the race, so nothing wrong, I think, with running. So players have to find a balance here between trying to win the match, but also to play flawlessly and not get behind in the PR race. Marc already looking if he possibly might have a cue, but he decides against it. The 3 hits, and the 2 comes down. Okay. So Geert under some pressure here, 5-2, 5-3 would have been better. Now, you can make a big play and stepping into a quadruple shot. Or once again go to the 18, same principle as in the previous roll. And actually it's not close this time, and this time it's a bit of a mistake for some reason. It's better to stay on the 23 anchor and start building your board. This definitely deserves some thought. And Marc is now thinking about cubing. Slight race advantage, better board, high anchor. The game is unlikely to swing in one sequence. So I think he could cube here. Yes, actually, it is quite clear to cube. There are many devastating sequences imaginable. Rolls which hit on the bar point and make the bar point. Rolls which double hit. Racing rolls.
Wow, it takes a long time about it.
Good. Geert has thought about it in his opponent's time. Let's see what Marc can come up with. Twos. Okay, so you can do exactly what I announced. Making the bar point, but is it correct? No, you have options. You can shift to the 2 point and put 2 checkers on the bar. I think this is way more powerful. Preventing your opponent to anchor. That's the right play, Marc. You have 13 checkers in the zone. You have a high anchor, so you can attack at random or at leisure. So clearly the right play. To his credit, Marc is looking at all options. But here you leave white some excellent rolls. Double fives, 5-6, 5-3, maybe even 3-1 or 1-1 are very good. So with all that ammunition in the zone, I think shifting would be my preferred play.
Yeah, in the beginning of the matches, Marc seems to always think a long time about the moves and the cubes.
Yes. Well, it indicates that Marc, he even considers the loose hit here, but rejects it. This is better. Well, Marc's composure is promising. He doesn't look dejected or lackluster. Here dances. That's a bad roll.
Hey.
Now Marc can unleash all his offensive potential. So making a point in board is definitely the way to go. You can make the 4 point, you can make the 3 point and escape a single checker. You can make the 4 point and escape both checkers. Difficult considerations and hard to weigh. If you make the 3 point, that's good because the points that are open are closer to your builders. That might be a consideration. Now he has 4 builders aiming at both the 4 and the 5 point. So that certainly looks like an attractive move to me. But Rain is scrolling.
This move is somewhere way down the list.
Wow,
I don't
wow.
see it.
Now you have 5 builders for the 5 point, of course. This may tip the balance. 5 builders for the 5 points, but only 3 for the 3 point. Not surprising that Marc invests some time. We know that doubles are hard to play. This doesn't, well, it looks a bit gappy, the front position, but as we know, when you are blitzing, you don't really care so much about the order in which you make your points in the board. So he is still considered, this is illegal. Marc, you cannot make the 4 point with 2 checkers from the 7. Nobody says anything. Geert now points it out. Yep. Geert has a great visual memory. I mean, he can sometimes replay games from memory. This may have to do with his chess mind. Okay, Marc is carefully considering these options. This looks good. It looks good.
This is best according to the computer.
Is it? Okay. Wow, that's a great find. There were so many possibilities here. 4-2, Geert dances again. I don't remember Marc making any mistakes yet, so his overall PR or his PR should be good, and Geert must have made some mistake here or there, which I forgot. The blitz goes on. Geert badly needs to enter, and he does with 2 checkers. That's promising, but still in dire straits. 2-1. Yep, full out. Keep blitzing, keep attacking. Geert is looking for an entry number, something. There's a 3 with a 2 even. This is a major equity swing. What a great roll for Geert. Taking all the wind out of Marc's sails. And now, of course, for connectivity reasons, he would prefer to come in high, but he can't because he needs the 3 to make the bar point. Double 4s. Geert is suddenly rolling magnificently. This looks like the only thing he could do. 6-3. Marc can't escape.
What to do?
Wow, what to do? Well, I think you have to play 11-2.
Yeah.
Yes. You don't want to give up your 16 point. You don't want to give up your bar point because it's part of the prime. Yes, reluctantly. Marc
Kind of
plays.
a waiting play.
A waiting play, yes. 4-2. Yes, the 8 point doesn't work well together with the 2 points, so you are kind of glad to give it up. It's not part of the same prime, so that looks like the best play. (6-1), still no escaping roll. So Marc has options. He can play 2 in and play with no blood, so he can make the ace. But that's not good, I would say. Being up in the race, the hit would be way too costly. He chooses the right play. 2-1. This is tricky.
That's a shot.
It leaves a shot, but you can make the 5 points or you can hit loose on the ace. Wow. These are difficult plays for me to find, to be honest, but apparently this is by far the best play. Probably because hitting loose on the ace, which Geert is demonstrating now, doesn't achieve much, even if you get missed. Even if Marc dances, I mean, what can you do? You can close your ace point and then he comes in with a 5 or a 3 and he's fine. If you make the 5 point and he doesn't roll the 6, you have a very, very powerful position. Easy to say for us, tricky to find.
Yeah, anything else is a blunder.
Yeah, it's all about the sequences where you get missed. Here, if you get missed, you don't have much. Whereas if you make the 5 points, if you get hit, at least you are left with a very strong front position. And if you get missed...
Still considering.
Yeah, still considering, yes. It's good, good, good. Still hesitating between the 2 moves here. Now that we know the answer, it's easy to say, but over the board, I think I would also be in doubt. Well played, Geert. Strong play. A 6 for Marc. No. And 4-3 creates either a blot in the outfield or damages the board irreparably.
Awkward.
4-3, yes, very awkward. Okay, Marc judges that it's way too expensive to leave a blot on the 16, so he damages the board. And it is by far the right play. Geert is now thinking whether he can cube. Of course, yeah, it's tricky. He's down in the race. So I don't think this is a cube yet, but it is, and it's a redouble actually. Wow. Ooh. Geert is leaning back, and rightly so. I mean, why did I say I wouldn't cube? Sixes look strong, pointing numbers look strong. Rolls which make the 3-point look strong. But I mean, you probably have sequences which are not as good, like 4-2 maybe. Geert needs to redouble. If he doesn't, he rolls a 4-2. He didn't double, and that's something of an equity spill already. So if Marc is aware that this was a cube, he must feel good about that, because his chances to take the PR point have gone up. Once again, the 4-2 poses a problem. You can hit loose or make the bar. Making the bar looks best. And it is best by far. This leaves Marc with unplayable sixes, except for 6-2. Geert looks at the hitting play again. So once again, what have you achieved if you get missed? If you get hit here, you don't have much. Whereas if you make the bar point, of course Marc has good fours, but he is stuck with a single checker behind a broken 5'. This would be a second consecutive blunder should Geert decide to hit on the ace here. Wow. This is difficult because you have to weigh so many considerations. 4-2. I think to grandmasters this would look like an easy play, probably. I can't see the really good players fretting over this, but Geert finds it to his credit. Double 3, okay, it doesn't hit and it doesn't escape, but at least it brings a couple of checkers closer to home, and safely so. Can this be a cube? Wow. It is a recube and a pass already. Geert failed to apply Woolsey's law here. So this seems to indicate that Geert thought this was a take because it didn't cube, whereas it's already a pass. So Geert is really losing equity here. And his PR must be suffering, I'm sure. Do nothing, a waiting roll, but I think you need to run, right? Rain? Yes. Establishing the midpoint. Marc has bad rolls. Anything without a deuce doesn't promise much. This one has to go to the ace. And now Geert should recube, I think. because there are some devastating sequences imaginable for Marc. I mean, let's say he rolls a 6-3 or a 6-5. Geert is in full control. So there is the
But he
reader.
has 2 cubes already, huh?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Is he gonna find it now?
This is the danger when you play for PR. If you miss consecutive doubles, they add up.
But yeah, it's also maybe because he thinks about he's up in the race, so...
He's down. Geert is down in the race.
Oh, that's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
down 25 pips, so...
Yeah, this is a typical position, in fact, where black is crunched. Marc Olsen stresses it very frequently. A crunched position is very bad for your chances. No flexibility. The only thing black has is the race. But white has priming advantage, blitzing possibilities, so he is leading in 2 domains of the attacking plays. So that's what Marc Olsen says in his book, cubing in book Masterclass, which he wrote with Mochi. Yes, he does cube. This is an undefined position, but Geert is leading, has big threats and is leading in the priming and the blitzing department. So the cube is actually quite clear and Geert found it. And it's difficult to assess these positions because if black can jump out and survive, well, he's not winning. He still has a lot of work to do because Geert also has contact. It is a difficult position. Let's see if Marc can find the pass with a 25 pip lead. And not many gammons, I would say, because he only has 2 more checkers in the outfield, so gammon danger, as we can see, below 10%. But Geert's position is so strong, partly because of Marc's crunched board. Very instructive position.
You see, after still the first game, but the clocks are so...
Amazing. Yes, it's the first
9
game.
minutes and 8 minutes they used.
Wow.
More or less.
Wow, Marc is spending a lot of time here for what could possibly be a final losing decision. I mean, if he takes and gets blitzed off the board, he loses 2 points, probably. Wow, he does find the drop. Well dropped, Marc. Geert lifting his eyebrows, maybe thinking now I should have cubed earlier, maybe I should have cubed earlier. But as Peter Jess Thompson says, you need to leave that all behind you and now focus on the continuation. 7 away, 5 away. Slight advantage for Geert. Has to be a bit more careful with the cube. Great double sixes for Marc. Geert needs to come up with something constructive or he might get the cube. 6-5 makes a point in board, but not the... No, it's a 6-5 Marc. He plays a 5-3. No, that's not good. 6-5, yes. Create permanent assets is a recurring theme. So you make a point in board, it will be there for a long time. Number 4s. So choices for Marc. He hasn't cubed yet, so he could consider just running from the 18 point, but this definitely wins more gammons. But it is wrong. It wins 18% more gammons. But because the cube hasn't been given yet, the other option was better. Marc finds the cube now, and this again should be a pass. I think. Yes, yes, yes. Big one. Tempting to take an ace point anchor game if your opponent has gaps in the board, but Geert's front position is worthless, and he correctly finds the pass. Any idea, Rain, of the PRs?
Ah, we have a look.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
Geert
wow,
missed
wow.
that couple of cubes.
Oh, yes.
That's why.
Wow, wow, wow. Can Geert overcome this? 5-1 for Marc. Small split, good. 5-3 makes a point. So Geert has an uphill struggle ahead of him. And Marc is in great shape. At least
What happened?
PR-wise.
5-3, Geert starts?
5-3. Now 5-1 first.
Mark 1. 5-3. Sorry, yeah?
3-1.
And?
3-3. 3-1 first now.
Okay.
And 3-3, I
Ah,
think.
yeah. I'm up. I'm again.
Okay, good, good, good.
Here. I'm
Okay,
very
making
sorry.
the 5 point or the 10 is optional. Okay, both are good. Unstacking the mid looks good. The 10 point looks good because it aims at both 4 and 5 point. This is a coin toss decision. 5-4 for Marc. Well, with the back checker you can only run from the 23 point, or you can play 13-8 and slot the 2. Yeah, the second option I mentioned was slightly better, but he runs 2-5, the 2 and the 5. This time it's not correct to hit on the ace. 5-6, and now can Geert cube this? This is an undefined position, but he decides against it, but he was leading in the race. Marc had no anchor and a stronger board. The cube was there and Geert missed it. Should have thought maybe a bit more carefully, but he's down to 4.5, 4 minutes and a bit. 4-5 is a great hit for Marc. Double 4 is a spectacular response by Geert, entering, hitting and making the 4 point. Yeah, spectacular roll. Marc needs to come in and do something. He dances. Question is, can you play on? I think with 3 checkers back it's probably best to double, because you have so much work to do. It's all close. Hugely gammonish. So you may wonder here as white, can I afford to take a roll? Are there sequences where I roll less than average and my opponent rolls well and I lose my cube? So Geert decides to take the point. Good decision. But still a huge gap in PR in this match. Geert leading 4 away, 6 away. This time Marc opens with a point making roll, 4-2. Good reply by Geert, stepping into the gap to try and establish a high anchor. Perfect play. Deuces. Yes, normally you make the 11, but here for some reason I think this may be correct to make the 20 point. 3s, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, that looks good to me. 4-2. I think the 4 comes down from the mid because the 4s are duplicated for Geert. He wants to use his 4s to make the anchor, so that's fine. Where's the deuce? This looks good. Yep, Well played. 13-11 was a candidate. Geert cannot anchor with these aces. Okay, makes an extra blocking point. Now has a broken 4 prime. 4-3 points for Marc. Okay, so a threatening front position for Marc, but he is behind a broken 4 prime himself. 1-6. Yes, Geert must come out. I think this is these are powerful threats now. I would cube being down. Rain, you think?
It should be a cube, huh? Because he's down in the match score. Oh yeah.
Yes.
It looks like Marc is favorite to get the PR point this game until now.
Until now, but a lot can happen. There's the cube. Can you take? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Oh yes, you can. Gee.
It's scary, huh?
Yeah, well, there are 24 hitters on the bar point, but there's also rolls like 5-3. Yeah, so yeah. So you can get missed by about a third of the rolls. But still, this is a challenging decision for Geert. I'm sure there are gammons in this position. It's blitzy. Marc has a strong board. He does take it. To his credit, wonderful. And that's one of the rolls which doesn't do anything constructive. He can hit on the ace. And I think that's what he should do, because if you play 13-8, you don't have a good deuce. So there it is, he hits loose. Big ace coming up for Geert. Should he find it? He dances. Wow. So big chances now for Marc. 4-3. It covers. And do you jump out or continue bringing ammunition in the zone? Marc gives priority to the attacking options. Ace-4 dances. Marc will continue blitzing. 6 hits, and the 5 comes down. That creates a 4th builder for the 3 points. So Geert in trouble.
And it keeps dancing.
Yes. 6-5 makes a point, but which one? You can make the deuce or you can make the 3. I think you need to look at your number diversification. You need 4s and 6s to escape, and here you can attack with 4s and 5s. But you make the best point in board. Maybe there's not much difference between the two options. Geert keeps dancing.
Double 6 is a good roll, but it's in the wrong moment.
Yes. So Marc has some awkward rolls also. Double 5s, double 4s are unpleasant. What to do with a 4-3 or a 4-5? 3-2 once again remains stuck on his anchor. So I think I would play a checker from the 6 point because 4s are duplicated. But no, that's no. Okay, good. Probably good. Geert cannot even enter. Now Marc badly needs to escape and avoid double 5s or something. 4-1. You can make the deuce point or escape. Marc doesn't think about it. I mean, if he makes the deuce point, he has 18 bad numbers. So he does choose his priorities wisely by jumping out. Geert enters. What can Marc do now? Shifting is what he will need to do. Yes, that's good. That should buy him time to escape. Geert badly needed a 6 to find some counterplay. 2-1. Okay. Geert rolls double fives and dances. Marc on his way to a doubled gammon and a score advantage in this crucial 8 match, combined with a PR advantage. Wow, he would equalize the match the way things are going. But double fives, okay, it could have been worse had it come earlier. Geert keeps dancing. Marc needs a 4 or a 6. There is the 6 and the 4. Wow, gammonish. 80%, 90%, I'm not sure, but something like that I would guess. Okay, safety, 10 to 3. Geert comes in with 1, finally. Marc needs to avoid a 6-5. 6-3 is fine. No checker off, there's no need, I think. You can take a checker off for more gammons, but then you leave yourself vulnerable to high doubles. Safety is good. The chance of Geert saving the gammon is really small. 2-1, yes, okay. Keep the 5-point board. And there's double 6 for Geert. Could this be a gammon saver? He still loses 30% gammons only. Wow. Five, 1, 1. The 5, you can bring a checker to the 5 and lose a pip. He decides against it. 3-1. Surely Geert is not going to save this gammon. Double 6s once again. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we have 9 crossovers versus 8. So really close here. Is Geert favorite to save this gammon? I'm not sure. It's probably 50-50 or something. 3-1. 2 checkers in. 4s. That should seal it. Geert needs 2 high doubles now. No, 1 may be enough. 4-2. Yeah, it looks like Geert will need double 3s or better. Or can he make double 2 good? No. Yeah. 6-2 Geert needs double 3s or better, or we will have a 4-away, 2-away game or match. 6-5, no. Wow, 4 points to Marc. And...
Resigns a gammon, right?
Yes. What a turnaround. Marc needed this break badly. If he didn't want to see this RBL final slip away from him, being 8-6 down, as we can see on the top of your screen. Okay, 4-away, 2-away. Cube should be flying pretty early, knowing Geert. 5-4. 2 down is probably legit, but Geert goes for the structural play. 6-4. You can make the deuce point or run. I think these are the 2 options. After 5-4, Marc runs. Both players are okay as far as time on the clock is concerned. 6-3 hits, beautiful. From the depth, 1-6, jump out, I would say, to the 18, although that's never sure. 13-7 was actually much better.
Wow.
Difficult to choose which 6 to play sometimes from the bar.
Cubes.
Double and take. Double and take. Both cube actions are good. 6-5. The double hit by Geert. If he can win a gammon, he at least will have salvaged the score point. 3-2. Point on the 4, as Geert is pointing out. Pick and pass or make the 5.
Or hit and run to the ace. No, the 5 point.
Yeah, hit and run to the ace, yeah, it's not good. No, no, no. But Geert sees the options. That's very important. To look at all the options. Ends up finding the best play. Can Marc find an ace? No, but double threes look good at first sight. You can make the bar, you can make the 5 point, establishing a strong board while you are under attack. So typically, for black, as he is under attack, a point in board is a good defense against being attacked. So that's what would make me at least make the 5 point or the 3 point. And as Rain points out to us, already plussed it. This leaves you with only 8 checkers in the zone. Maybe that's why the other play is best. You make a slightly inferior point in board, but you bring 2 extra checkers or 1 extra checker in the zone. Well balanced play. Yes, Marc is on the verge of finding it. Leaves 5 shots in the outfield. Okay. Yes, yes. He rejects this play. The 5 point. Okay. Beautifully played by Marc. The correct play. Wow. 4-3. This is a pick and pass number. Well played. Marc needs to enter. He dances. Wow. Big opportunities for Geert here to score his 9th point in this final. Hitting of the 3 is clear. You play 11 to 10, of course, to have a builder for the 4 point. Marc under pressure to find something. Double fours.
Wow.
What a joker. And yeah, making the 9, it's not tempting because it doesn't work well together with the 3 point. But what else is there? You can make the 4 and leave some fly shots. But now you are no longer under attack in Geert's board, so maybe it's not as imperative to make the 4. But as we can see, Rain plussed it. Making the 4 point is slightly better, but impossible to figure this one out of the board.
Yeah, but this is one less blot.
This is
Only one blot and
yes,
the other one is 2.
yes. And a more solid structure in the front. 4-5 hits. Wow.
Plays are equal. Wow. 4-5.
Okay, can Marc find a re-hit? Yes. Can he afford the volatility by re-hitting? He does find it quickly. Because Geert has a blotting board. You can always play a little better. Oh, and that's a bad one for Geert. Double 6 from the bar. Counter chances suddenly for Marc, who sadly for him cannot hit the second blot, but he can make the 4 point. And I think now this is best, although you can anchor. But the 4 point is so strong once you have made the 3 point. Yes, good play by Marc. Geert, can he come in? He can with a 2 and a 3. Now you can make the 4 point board and take no risk, but hitting is probably better. Slightly difficult to figure out. Geert hits. 3-1. That hits and anchors. Great break for Marc. 2-4. 2 and yeah, no, I think you safety the checker. Yes, 10-6, good. So suddenly mutual holding game, but with some weird characteristics. Geert already having the ace point made. 3-1. A hit for Marc. step up in the back to have more daylight. I think this is best. Yes, I have a strong feeling that this is best. Okay, you expose yourself to a huge double 5, but it doesn't always come. Double 3 dances. So Marc's only plan now is to win this game. Gammons are of no concern to him. Avoids the temptation to run. 1-5. Okay, coming in on 20, I would say, and play 6-5. No. Oh. Yeah, once again, this is high school. Backgammon, Geert finds it.
Good play.
Beautiful play, beautiful play.
Yeah.
5-1. He would have got pointed on the 5. Now he has a playable game if he can escape with a 6-5.
Wow.
That's a monster. He can run to the midpoint or make the 18 point. I think making the 18 point wins so much more. It does. Okay, Marc doesn't need to attack. Why, he can with double 3s. Pointing on the deuce. But Marc may get distracted.
He can hit on the 12.
Oh, yes. 1, 2, 3.
Maybe pointing
oh,
on
yes. Wow, I wouldn't know.
Computer. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Well, I'm not. Well, I'm right, I guessed. But then you told me I could hit on the mid, which looked very tempting as well. So this is a bit of a conundrum for Marc.
Ah, he's looking
this
at
is hitting. But it increases volatility and he doesn't need gammons. I mean, pointing on the deuce wins 17% more gammons, but he doesn't need them. So he should go for the DMP play, which is the same play. Actually, it's the same play. Geert danced, I noticed, from a corner of my eye, 3-2. Geert needs to enter.
Oh, again.
Wow, it now looks very promising for Marc. Very promising for Marc. I don't think he needs to blitz here. He doesn't need the gammon. Okay, running out, simple DMP play. 1-6, 1, and you can jump out or stay back for contact. I think you don't have the timing to stay back with 2 checkers and keep your 18 points. So I think jumping out is best, but actually it's not.
Very close.
Very close. It would be interesting to watch this match in the presence of a grandmaster, you know, and learn something. But we can only guess. I think, yeah, Geert doesn't mind being gammoned, so he can afford to make the checker play which loses most gammons, which is what Morten Holm said at DMP. If you are not sure which checker play to make the play which loses most gammons, because this is frequently the play that wins most games. There is a correlation between gammons lost and games won, apparently. 6-2. Can Marc afford to leave a fly shot? Probably, that's what he does. Double 2. It strengthens his board. 1, 2, 3. Yes. 4-1 cannot bring the straggler to safety, but you can move it up a pip. Ah, this is the wrong ace. I fear. Stepping closer. Now you are exposed to, what is it, 9s. If you come closer, it's 8s. It's 5 shots in both cases, but he gets hit with a 6-3 by Geert. Wow, and Geert has a 4-point board. Marc enters. Wow, he must be hugely happy to enter. And now, does he step up or not? If you step up, you have more daylight, but you step into a triple shot. Both options are okay, but how to figure this one out over the board? This doesn't, yeah, this is a bit of a weird ace, but it's okay. It's the best ace, actually. Wow, 5-4. Geert cannot hit, but he needs to jump out now. Control of the outfield. I would give the 4 shots, to be honest. Yes, it's important. You are in a containment structure, playing against a single checker back and down in the race. So you can afford to take a bit of risk to contain that last checker. Now if he jumps out, you have no shots. If Marc jumps out with a 4-3 or a 4-5 or a 5-3 or a 5-4, let's say, this is better. Geert has about a minute left, but a lot is hinging on this game. This is a bit too careful, a bit too modest. Now surely Marc is going to make the deuce point. He's under attack in Geert's board. He needs to build a strong board to protect himself a bit against loose hits. Now here, once again, Geert can pick and pass or just go for an outfield control play. He chooses the pick and pass play pretty quickly, but I think it's wrong.
Sure about this?
It's wrong. The 6 needs to come down from the 18 to gather or to gain outfield control. And in the perfect scenario, you would like to keep it on the 12, so black only has double 5s to hit. But Geert is considering this. Wow, he does make the pick and pass play. He gets rewarded. Aces dance. There's the double 3, which makes another point in board. Geert is going to clinch this game, probably not with the gammon, but 3-5 for Marc, jumps out. What a sensational roll. Deuces don't hit. Okay, what a relief for Marc. He can still win this game. He's slightly up in the race. Aces. Once again, what do you do with your back checker? Do you bring it closer? This time Marc brings it closer, leaves 5 8s to hit, 6 8s to hit. 5-1. Okay, do you save a 6 here? Oh, I think I wouldn't. The race is close. Here, yes, okay, well played, 6-5, great racing roll for Marc. I mean, if Marc can win this game here, now what Geert has to do, can he run? No, no, no. You can't run, an ace is way too expensive, and the race is still okay, but he does choose to run. Wow, it's too big. Of course, you don't jeopardize, or yeah, jeopardize.
What do you have?
5-2.
All right.
I think 6-6 for Geert.
Oh, well. Race is close.
Yeah, race is close. 6-3 for Marc. Takes 2 off.
Okay.
5-2. 2-1. 6-1. Very tense for Marc. He chuckles. It's like he is expecting bad things to happen to him.
What is it? 5-1?
5-1. And make the deuce, yes. Yeah. Double 4s for Geert. Wow, Geert is now suddenly favorite in this game, I would say. 6-4, Geert 1-2, 5 roll, a 5 roll. 5-1. Geert with 7 checkers left, that's a 4 roll, 5-3. Wow, Marc needs this game badly to equalize the final. Can he come up with something spectacular? 2-1, no! Oh, and there was a bit of Coco, and a slight sign of frustration by Marc. Well, this shows how important this contest is for both players. Okay, double twos and Geert clinches this game. Not a gammon. So Marc was lucky in the game earlier when he was able to survive a very threatening blitz, but ended up losing only 2 points. So we are at double match point with Geert 25 seconds and Marc 44. What's going to happen here? At least the PR point looks to be in the bag.
But is it really double match point or?
Not yet. Not
technically.
Yet. Technically, yes.
Not, but
let's see.
Practically, usually yes.
Yes. Marc decided not to cube right away. No harm in that, because he will probably have a cube after this roll as well. But now he should cube, and he does. Easy take. Geert needs only 32% to take. 6-2 for Marc. Yes, the take was huge. Geert had 36%. Once again, high anchor back checker strategy. Mich's book, very important.
Slotting, good.
He slots. It is correct. It is correct. Wow, beautiful. Geert is of course happy to hit. You don't need your anchor in DMP games. You don't need to protect yourself against gammons. It's all about the race here. 5-4. Just going for the race. I think the game plan is simple. Jumps out. 6-3. Okay, the same game plan for both players. Racing. 6-1. That's an awkward one. It leaves a blot. And you cannot hit. So yes, that's the best play. Slotting a good point to the 9 point. 4-1 hits for Geert. 5-4. Marc hits back.
Wow.
It's very fast. Geert 2-6. It's an awkward 6 for Geert, but he can still play it. Marc is slightly favored, I would say, if he can make an inner board point. But he makes the midpoint instead with an equal race. 2-1. Wow, can Geert... Yeah, does he have to step up? Yes, and put some pressure on the blot. On the 9.52. Okay, that should make the 4 point, I would say. Yes. The race is very equal. 2-4. Geert can jump out or make 2 points in board. Tricky under time pressure. Both checker players are close. 20 seconds left. Not much time to ponder or reflect. 6-4. You can only make the deuce point. You can of course hit loose from the mid, but once again it's not necessary with the race so close. Geert 3-1. 3 and make the 5. Yes, nicely played. Okay, very tense moments. Can Marc snatch 2 points here? 6-2. He can play 2 down from the mid. Or he can play it like this, but aces are not duplicated.
But this was illegal. They tried to play to the 6.
Ah, yes. This is good. Okay. Geert needs to escape. He doesn't. 5-1 is okay, but unpleasant. 5-3. Marc cannot point. I think he should play safe.
Oh, hit it.
Really? Really? Hit with a... yes.
Yes. Or not?
No. No.
Maybe I've seen something wrong.
I know, it's the same principle. Up in the race and a high anchor.
Oh.
4s. Wow, this doesn't make the 5 point awkwardly enough. That was wishful thinking from Geert's part. 1, 2 and make the ace. Yes. Establishes strong defense in case you get attacked. 3s. Is that a winning roll? Marc doesn't have much time to ponder. Escaping and making the 5. Yes. Eschewing the hit. Really good. 11 pips up in the race. 6-4. Close to equalizing the race and going all the way. Is that correct, or should you stay back? I'm not sure. Both are good. But 10 seconds on the clock for Geert. He needs to make a decision now or this final will go down the drain for him. 6 seconds, 3-1. Play it simple, Marc. You don't need to make your 3-point, I think. Bring checkers in for a quick bear off. 3-1, there's not much in it. Geert. Okay, brings the checkers in. It's a pure race now. Unless Marc, yeah, here too. Does he save a 6 or not? Once again, I wouldn't, because the computer told me not to, or taught me not to save a 6, mostly, but I would have no idea how to figure it out. Marc chooses to save a 6 with 4 seconds on the clock. Hopefully he doesn't lose sight of his clock here. 6-2. Still clearing that 15-point proves to be a problem. A stone in Marc's shoe, but double fives. Will this clinch the race for Geert? 3-5. How close can this one be? At least the PR point will go to Marc, but 1 point for Geert would bring him very close to retaining his RBL crown. 4-3, is that correct? Yes, well played. 3-2. 2 and 3 off. What a close race. 3-1, Marc chuckles cynically. Which player will the backgammon gods favor? Marc finds boxes in this crucial predicament he found himself in. Wow, what a blow it should be to Geert. 6-5, another massive roll. Deuces are probably not enough for Geert, but still a lot can happen. 7 checkers against 7. 6 and 1. Marc needs a high double to clinch this. 5-1, it's not over yet. Geert needs a high double to secure a point. 2-1, what a bummer. Marc is reaching for the dice with 4 checkers on the clock. 4 seconds, I'm sorry, on the clock. Double threes, that's it. Wow, Marc takes 2 points. This means that Marc has equalized suddenly from 8-6 down.
Yeah.
He scores 2 points.
Wow. And what a battle it was in the end. Some jokers
not...
here and there. Now looks like Marc saw the PR and he's very happy. Geert knows he got a big punch there. Wow.
There's the handshake.
We check the results?
Yeah,
and
let's have a look.
Plus settings?
Sure. Wow. So what a strong fight back from Marc van Damme, who finds his 4th PR point with a stunning 2.45, clinching both the match and the PR point.
Yeah, and he's leading the PR here.
Yes, so the score is now 8-8 going into the final decisive 7-pointer.
How close can it get?
It can't get any closer. That's a difference of what? 24, 26 millipoints in the... Oh no. 52 millipoints in the overall PR.
Yeah.
So it looks like Geert will probably need 2 points, right, to win, unless he scores 1 point and can close the overall PR deficit. We couldn't have hoped for a more thrilling final, I would say, and we hope that viewers at home will anxiously look forward to the continuation of this memorable RBL final. Let's see if Geert can retain his crown. Thank you, Rain, for the transcription and the visuals and the beautiful graphics and fantastic footage of this final. Let's look forward to the next one. Bye.